Yeah, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Terra Invicta. We are the Initiative. We're still chasing down this fleet in Mercury orbit. They did take a beat from blasting orbitals, and they went and did a bombardment of a mine, and we should actually be catching them in just a tick over here, hopefully. But meanwhile, good old Judith over here got on the interwebs and announced that they're working to take over Earth on behalf of the aliens. So I guess they got their victory condition unlocked. I can't actually remember if we got this far on the servants previously, but I guess they're going to try to make some sort of alien administration on Earth, and we may have to go and tangle with them a bit more directly. So we'll see. Come on, Mercdef. Wait, oh, you were still docked. You actually hadn't started moving yet. But there we go. There's the engagement. Perfect. Engage. If I go to chase, that won't be enough, but we might. Okay, I'll do a little. We don't have much delta V between these things. I'll do a token bid, but not really. We might be able to convince them to take an engagement. Mercdef. I go and split off. Let's say. So, do we have two flags? No, just the one. Let's say I drop you. We're just a tiny bit weaker. We do have more combat strength than the on paper, actually. You know what? Okay, remerge. Let's drop 2 of these laser ships. There, we're slightly below you. Now, will you play with us? Incomplete the target fleet's trajectory. What? Maybe I should have dropped some of the low delta V ones? I don't know. The other trajectory? No? I'm confused, but sure. How can we convince them to fight? Let's drop another 2 laser ones and go back after these guys. There you go. We're only 764 strength now. Surely you'll find that good enough. I don't want to start a new station immediately. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a new orbital. In interface orbit, not because it needs to be an interface, but that's where most of our stuff is, and it'll be easier to defend. So this is going to be Merc Amazon Prime. Wow, it's a good thing I entertained myself. You know, that's the important thing. Where? Oh, build modules. Wow. I was gonna say, where's my module list? I might go and skip the farm here because we may be a little pressed for space. So we're gonna want a solar array. Do I even skip the ops center here? Because this really does need to be maximum packed in with lots of shipyards. Well, I guess we're gonna want a token, say 2-point defense, just to stop something silly from happening. And then we're going to need another solar array. Yeah. There you go. Just tons of shipyards over here. That's its job. Because then these 2 little guys can go to Merc Amazon Prime and Merc Amazon Prime. Keep an eye on that. Okay. We are not hot. There we go. Engage. Really? At this point, it might just be a little bit of an RNG range. They might be willing to take it. Right, you can continue. And you can just join India 187. That's fine. And then we're waiting for this. I'm just going to go and drop one of these guys. No, it's not much of a strength change. But I really feel like it's going to be marginal and they're going to accept this. Seriously. I don't know if I can drop more, but I guess I'm going to drop another battleship. Okay. Wow, the alien hate just dropped like crazy. Maybe. I wonder if they... Hold on. They might just be in pure passive mode. We still have to clear them out of here, though. Yeah, we've got no choice. There we go. I'll resolve that. Didn't lose anything. Good. Okay. I mean, the aliens were correct to not take the engagement, but it was certainly very annoying. Yeah, so we're going to send you to Merc Amazon Prime. And... Amazon Prime. Then when Merc Def comes up again, same thing. Weirdly, the hate meter didn't actually shoot up dramatically either. Join. Join. And we're going to select you, and you're going to... Oh, I want to select the other one. Oh. Did I merge the other way? Okay. I guess... No, I guess we did do what I wanted.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
I think the PR in Turkey is good enough, especially with these last few still kicking in. One more.
We've moved the
There you go. 70%. It's pretty good. All right. Mirror cell fusion reactor leads to the deuteron reflex drive. I'll have to wait for that to pop. Neutron spiker. We could research that for a little bit. Or what I'll do is I'll go back to the advanced coil cannons and then just wait for something to click in here. Oh, I'm going to go and push the precision focusing software to increase the chance that we're about ready to go and switch over to the tech when it happens. We're theoretically leading in 3 different categories, although someone could challenge us in one of these. Right. Now, you're in Tiangong orbit. Could you go away? I need to see the hate meter. No, go away. There it is. I'm wondering if they are not going to attack us. I mean, I'm not going to do anything. Because 5.3K, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, you're leaving.
Our
That's what I
associates
figured.
were unable to take control.
Okay. I know I didn't do a crackdown, but actually, the odds were higher. Something must have changed, because I thought it was... I just set up a purge without a crackdown, but I thought the percentages were really high. Alright. A little disappointing, but sure. Oh, I think I do need some more mining complexes on Mercury. And actually... Do I want to have Mercury Def do some bombardments? I don't know. Maybe not right now. I may want to just babysit them some more. Could I get you to do the crackdown then on the executive? There you go.
The heat.
And you're still doing the purge in the
Where to?
executive. See, 76% as is.
Ready for my mission.
And then I'll just automate you guys because yeah, there's probably some stuff to defend
Ready for my mission.
or whatever. That's going to be okay. Both of these are about to finish. Hopefully this lines up nicely with us actually getting that drive unlock, but in the future we want this. Does this lead to the rings by themselves? No, but it leads to some ring tech, which is good. Okay. They have the masters, a slow trickle. I don't know, maybe... Damn, actually, I guess I do want to boost this because getting the org and everything is going to be really nice. All right, advanced coil cannon. We don't have the next drive yet. Part of me is like, you know what? Maybe we'll go and throw this in and take a look regardless, but... Actually, neutronium spiker is really cheap. Let's get that. Again, it depends on the type of drive and whatever, whether or not it's available as an option. But assuming it is for the drive that we're getting, we're going to want that.
Making things safe for our people.
Lending my expertise.
Combat bonus, that's good. Oh, there it is. There's our reflex drive. Hold on. I'm just going to close and reopen it. That way it'll show up in the list the right way so I can see it. Oh, it's not even an energy thing. It's a space thing. Yep. Okay. There we go. 35G. Which is per drive. Maybe we will have some problems running multiple copies of this, but closed cycle, heavy radiators expel heat. Yeah, because wow. Oh no, this is the one with the lower number. I'm betting the fuser drive itself actually probably needs less power is probably the deal. This needs a lot, but the drive has it. And we're going to want the next tier of those drives as well, presumably. The mirror drive or something else. But yeah, put it as a high priority. Keep this for now. Actually, maybe I do want to slow this down. I'll keep the neutronium spiker because we're going to want this. Well, actually, again, I could lower it because... kind of do want this as quickly as possible. This is truly the priority. And if I could delay this more, because we don't actually need this to be before that. Okay. Let's get the drive tech. Any policies over here? Federation, yeah, no, that's that.
Order is returning.
Order is returning. Oh yeah, we're doing a little bit of stabilizing in the EU. Okay, crackdown successful. You're not on a crash land. You're just sort of there. All right. We'll just ignore you for a little bit longer then. Neutronium spiker done. Do we have more military tech? Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good tech to have. And we don't have to worry about having this rushed first, because I think this retroactively applies to all of our ships. So yeah, just focus on the drive, please. It's only about a month away. Which is only going to be a couple more turns. Oh, yes, we'll want all those bonus mining things. Oh, right. Speaking of mining. Mercury. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that's right. We're just going to have to do some bombarding and stuff. Although we did get this. Yeah, we're going to want to reapply these. Which means... here, I'll just do these Merc Omni ones. And assume we probably didn't do a terrible job with them previously. All right. And then, yeah, mostly what we're waiting for is the new shipyard to get built.
Remains in power.
What? But it's cracked down. Did you really only have 77% on a node that was cracked down? Why are we not zooming to Earth better? Thank you. Oh, I cracked down the wrong node. What I get for trying to go too fast? Okay, well, what I'll do then is I will purge this one.
Targeting the opposition.
And now I will crack down that one.
Targeting their center.
All right,
of power.
fine. And we do have some potential level ups. How are we doing here? What's your admin situation? Yeah, Libra investments, which you probably ultimately want to drop. I'll have to do the +1 admin twice. Although, I guess only once, because if we get the cyborg things, that will actually get you where we want you to be. Oh, and you do just need more admin investment again. As do you. Or is the cyborg one going to finish you? No, you still have an org. That's doing things, so let's do that. And you have lots of orgs that are doing those things that we probably want to clear out. And you're fine. Okay, you have no, you still have admin orgs. I mean, we could boost your command since it's kind of your job, but the command is working out. I guess part of the idea actually with you was to boost your security because you're always being spied on. Did I spend XP on someone that was supposed to get... yeah, you're supposed to get this. Oy. I'm never going to finish that, am I? Possibly not. Wow, you have a ton of admin orgs. Okay. Do something like that. Oh, there's a mining org. Hello. Oh, and another one. And another one. Okay. Do this. Yeah, we'll settle as favorite. I mean, we're not doing much selling because our money situation has been fine. I don't think we've had to sell a single piece of resources all game.
Offering assistance.
Royalian groups, blah, blah, blah.
Lending my
And yeah, the
expertise.
reflex drive isn't even going to take that long to research. And yeah, we're going to want some high Delta V ships, not just for reaching far destinations. We mostly want enough Delta V to be able to chase. That's going to be a big deal. All right, those nanofactories, because they always the last thing to do. And then we're going to do the crackdown properly in Turkey this time. And this my mission should work. But yeah, that was a little bit foolish.
Our associates
Thank
are
you.
now in charge.
Don't apply that policy. Thank you very much. How you doing there, Europe? Orbital core, Amazon Prime. That's just the core and the power, because that is quite quick. So we're still waiting for any of the shipyards to come up. I could have built the supply depot faster, just to be able to resupply the ship, but no, we may as well just wait. Okay, so there's our reflex drives. Slag. Oh yes, all the things that give us more mining stuff. We kind of want to get that as quickly as possible, right? Sure. So let's get that. I think what I'll do here is I'll go back to focusing all these projects and this one to get the ring core stuff. The others can just pace themselves at whatever. And let's take a look at our ship designer. So let's say, which way do we want to go? I am wondering if we're going battle cruiser at this point for the nose gun. And let me go and hide a few of these. Actually, I don't know that we'll ever do the light one. But, well, those are different sizes, right? But yeah, we can hide the Mark 1s. Unless the Mark 3s are the ones that, like, enable or require exotics, then we might want to keep an older version, but likely not. Okay, well, here's an example. Although I think, like, this is so little exotic. I think we're willing to spend the exotics on this, or the heavy... I guess, okay, the spinals are the really huge ones. Okay, now we're talking about 3. 3 is a lot. I really wish we could see more at once over here. We can definitely block the Mark 1 of that. And these spinal ones... Again, maybe, okay. So... This is a 3 slot, yes. So heavy siege coiler, which costs 3. 900 range. 900 range. Damage 148. So, okay. This does do double damage. The mass is also important because that is how easy it is to shoot down. 117 tons versus... Okay, so this is 10 times the mass, which makes them remarkably harder to shoot down with point defense because they can take so many goddamn hits. Muzzle velocity 4.7. 9.5. Oh. That is interesting. Cooldown's the same. Salvo 5 shots. Salvo cooldown. Right, because they do like a certain amount of burst firing. I don't know how these guys compare. I mean, I'm assuming the heavy siege coiler is just... Oh, it's siege coiler versus siege cannon. Yeah, I think we just want to do this. Do we want to spend 3 exotics? We could currently go and run a fleet of, say, 10 of these. We need to save some for repairs and things. That's a large number of these things now, unless we start losing any, in which case it's terrible. Oh yeah, exhaust velocity. There's Deuteron drive is in place. Put in a token number of propellant tanks. And there's no reason we're ever going to want the mirror self fusion 1. So looking at the 2. Okay, I can run these. That's fine. Because these 2 can do, yeah, 215 gigawatts, which is just barely, but exactly how much I need to run 6 of these bad boys. And let's kit out the rest of the ship and then see how things are feeling. Let's go with 55 and 10 for the armor. It's sort of arbitrary. It's like, I don't know what if there's a magic number for, if you have this much, it'll take 1 extra hit from this class of weapons. It wouldn't surprise me if there was something like that. Our hull weapons, and there's only room for 2, so it almost certainly, yeah, we'll have to be the point defense lasers. And then, yeah, your combat mode is good. These point defense laser modes is good. Okay, this ship can't handle flankers. That's the problem with this. I mean, we could change to a different laser here, but really, this is super vulnerable to flankers. All it does is absolutely roast big ships at a distance. But we would need a mixed fleet. We couldn't run these themselves because they would get absolutely obliterated by any flankers. They're not going to be that good at killing little ships. But out of curiosity, if we keep going, for utility modules, so you can't do the neutronium because it's not efficient drives. You can do the Mune Spiker, which is probably worth it. You want a repair bay. Let's say we don't salvage bay you. We don't need the laser engines, and we'll hide the regular one. Liquid hydrogen containment. This is the... Wait, the Spiker is... Which one? Rust. Oh, this is the thing that makes us go faster. Yes, which isn't actually that important compared to just more Delta V. And we might want magazines. Okay, we need the ECM. We need the targeting computer. And then 1 magazine. And honestly, I'm not sure about the amount of ammo that might be available here. But, I mean, we can keep it as a concept. And Delta V, I don't know, I feel like I want to target something like at least 300? Because a lot of the alien ships will still have this much, and if we have at least that much, then we know we can chase them down in some respect. We might want to do more. Maybe I might want to target something like 400 Delta V. But yeah, I'm not super convinced by this. Now, in terms of behavior, I mean, the behavior doesn't... The only thing that matters to the behavior, unless you're using the auto design, is the engagement range. Because this determines how far away from the aliens it does. So, as long as, and we probably want long in range engagement range, so defender is fine, but in practice, see, no, we don't want short. That's the interceptor. Is it intruder? Yeah, so the intruder, and again, the strategic range I think only matters for the auto design. I might be wrong, but this is theoretically really what this is. It's an intruder type thing because it can go all over the place. It wants to engage at long range to do this, and it's got this setup. Does this make sense as something we actually want to run? I don't know. I don't know. Tentatively, so this is a battle cruiser, siege coil, 400 DV. And in theory, we kind of want to match some of these accelerations. Now, these are yellowed. Is it because... Yeah, this speed is real bad. That is really low speed. So, I mean, we'll save that, but I'm not convinced by it. Of course, we might still have some low speed problems with some of these others. Let's say we go over the battleship. And let's say we build this as, like, I might still want a little baby coiler in the front. That might still be fine. And this is really cheap on the exotics as well. We might still want this. Or we go pure lasers for everything. But then it's quite clear that with this design, what we're really looking for is probably, let's say, the big ultraviolet arc, which doesn't take any exotics. And then, again, we could go point defense, but we could just go, for building a big swarm, we could just go for these small lasers. And the reason is that with these guys, they will go and they have slightly more range. So as the overlap of point defense, even though it's not real point defense, the overlap of point defense will be bigger and cover more of the fleet. And they will cover each other, even though each one is maybe slightly less good as killing little things. But it's going to be great in that this will also go and babysit against flankers. And this guy here could shoot down siege things, but probably we want to switch you over to like attack mode. You really are here to blast ships as much as possible. But I think there's still going to be the issue. Start you off some token amount of tanks. There's still going to be the issue that the speed of this is going to be tragically bad. Which, I mean, I could go and help with the Mune Spiker, but you can see it didn't make much of a change, and it's occupying a whole slot over here that we might not want. We could go with a pure laser ship. Because here's the thing. We've got, with this big gun here, it's worth putting the advanced laser engine. In which case, do we put a couple of tiny guns up front to also act as a quasi-point defense? And we're using this as the main kill weapon. We can stack multiple laser engines as well. Targeting computer. And then we choose, at this point, are we adding a magazine for this? Or do we say, you know what, the siege coiler is not that impressive. Drop it for some lasers. And instead of a magazine, we just throw in a second advanced laser engine. Which is pretty valid. Do I reduce the side armor? I don't know. It's still slow, and then if we want to get up to, let's say we're still targeting 400 total delta V, which is going to slow us down more, we could go with this. So what this is a battleship, mostly lasers, 400 delta V. But slow AF. And then what's the other possibility? Well, the other possibility is we stay with the slightly smaller sizes. Like, actually, is Cruiser the same size? Cruiser's the same size. Well, in terms of mission control. Oh, right, but it's full of utility modules. Yeah. So we don't want this for a combat ship. This is great for a marine ship. And we get destroyers and we get monitors. Keep making torpedo. Like, what if, and this may be insane, but what if we do a deuteron reflex drive torpedo monitor? Is that still a concept that fits? And then again, with the armor, we really don't care that much. It's probably something like some token front armor, maybe like a piece here just so that a long-range laser thing doesn't just instantly nuke this. We might not even bother with side armor, or we do a token amount, whichever one we go for. There's not a lot of room for modules, which probably means, we want magazines. Probably we need, do we get the targeting computer? I don't know. Like ECM targeting computer and then one magazine? And still not that fast. Oh, well, hold on. That's going to do a lot. And then we do get tons of delta V. Like, it's still not that fast. But this is interesting. Mon, Orp, 400 DV. What's the other possibility, I guess? What would be battleship, torpedo battleship? Does become kind of interesting. What we can do for the nose, we can put small lasers on the nose in Guardian mode to shoot down missiles coming from the front, which is where most of the missiles come from. The volleys do get pretty huge at a certain point. I really am wondering if there's still space in the world for this. I'll put the muon spiker, but we might have to remove it. This is big enough that the repair bay does make sense. The laser engine isn't required. We do want the slush tank. And we want the ECM. We want the targeting computer. And that only leaves us room for one magazine, which I don't think happens. So I think we get rid of the muon spiker. We put a second magazine in here. I could go less on some of this armor. But it feels like these ships are big enough investments that it kind of makes sense to have them. We'll call that close enough. So this is the Battleship Torpedo 400 Delta V. We could compare the combat strength on paper, although that doesn't really tell the whole picture. But we could just stay on like lots and lots of torpedo throw weight. It'd be better if we had the shaped nuclear charge torpedoes, which I haven't really gone down that route because it wasn't really part of the design I was looking for. But maybe, I guess one of the other possibilities, like there's so many different ways we can go, is what if we went magnetic weapons for the hull? Like what if we built around just sort of railguns, coil guns? That's another possibility. Because these can't be shot down. There's a little bit of movement speed. It's not an instant thing, but they do fire quick enough, I think, that like high enough muzzle velocity that these things are good at shooting down tiny things. Like what, do we do this and then throw in a couple of small ones, which presumably can still be used to shoot down missiles, right? As a bit of a point defense. They all have ammo, which also means they need to be reloaded. One of the nice things about a pure laser boat is that they can do very long-range engagements and not have to worry about running out of fuel. If we're looking to expand into Jupiter, we might want to just plan a big fleet of 400 LTV things that can operate independently for a while, i.e. being all lasers for a bit. And then escort one colony ship as well. Get a fleet that's got at least 2 or 3K strength, which could obviously still get blown up by the aliens. But becomes an interesting possibility. Yeah, man, I don't know. Anyway, this is enough naval gazing. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a cut in here, but I'm going to seriously think about what our next combat strategy is going to be. We have access to a lot of weapons, a lot of choices. We know siege coilers are amazing. And we are facing more and more big ships from the aliens, which does make me think there's a good chance we do actually base ourselves on siege coiler stuff. I'm just a little bit worried about the point defense sort of situation here. We probably need to do a mixed fleet. Some number of these heavy siege coilers to kill the big targets, and then some number of things that are just bristling all over with lasers. Or do we wait for the next class of ships? Do we go, in fact, and search for the Dreadnought, for example? Oh, full tree is what I mean to do. Dread. Oh, there we go. Ships of the line. That's what it is. We set this as the research target. How much is involved? Probably not that much. Oh, we need our next-gen aerospace finally. Okay. I didn't realize that was a blocker. And then it's not about Titans. It's probably down here, and probably just dreadnoughts. Like Lancers, I think, are this size of ships that I think with the more like forward gun, and the dreadnought is a little bit more hull weaponry, which is probably what we want as just a basis for things. Or we can do a mix. We can have more of the Lancers with the siege coils back to the dreadnoughts for like point defense and killing small ships and things like that. Maybe this becomes the research target. Or we still go for the battle stations first so that, we can build more of them because we'll have the tier 3 shipyards and everything in place, plus the better point defense so that they don't get blasted in anywhere near the same way. But these ships take a long time to build. Maybe we want the shipyards level 3 to get there. What's great about a good strategy game is when you have so many different research directions you can do, and everything is great, and you want all the things all the time. Maybe what I should do, in fact, is pull back on this stuff. I don't know, the Enslave of the Master is pretty good, but maybe we do 2 global categories, finish them a little bit sooner, and then, because space future, leads to the ring stuff. And we might need to do more than one, but we can also pick up the aerospace in one of these at the same time. I'll leave the phased array lasers a little bit because mostly these guns, while they are good, they just will eat a bunch of exotics that I'm not sure we can use right now. So I'm not going to prioritize this. I might push both of these, and then we'll try to maybe simultaneously pick up the prerequisite techs for the next class of ships, and then that. And in the meantime, I don't know. Do I just do super long range torpedo monitors. Like, keep up, like, that's not a bad idea, right? These 400 Delta V torpedo ships. If we just build these, we know that they kill aliens. The biggest problem is the aliens like to run away. Well, we're going to be able to outdistance them with these guys. I kind of like the idea of just spamming the heck out of these bad boys. Right, only one magazine. Actually, that's a good point. Do we need... The ECM doesn't work against aliens, because I don't think we have this yet. Like, drop this, throw in another magazine, right? Keep the targeting to overcome ECM, which is very important. Save that. And delete this initial one. There you go. So this is the one, let's just double check, that's got the 2 magazines. I kind of like this. You know, obviously we all like the big ships. But these things will crush face. All they need to do is to be able to, like, prevent the alien fleets from running away. Eventually they'll get more and more point defense stuff or something that'll cause problems. Especially as bigger fleets, they have more overlapping point defense. But we can just keep spamming infinite number of missiles. What is this? Percent? There's no tooltip on this. I'm confused. Is this torpedoes? You got magazines. What does that represent? Not battery heatsink capacity, is it? No, that doesn't make any sense. What is this number? Oh, is that how many currently exist? Okay, see, I thought these were missiles. No, that's how many copies of the ship currently exist, and that's probably how many are in the queue. Yeah. So these fast torp defenders. Here, actually, it's not a bad question. Oh, right, they don't have the Delta V. They're fast, but they don't have the Delta V. So their speed is quasi-irrelevant. They're good for stopping people who are trying to rush to a station. But unfortunately, while they were designed to meet a need, I'm not sure they're going to be built in a time relevant to do things in sufficient numbers, and not without the low Delta V. So even though these guys here won't necessarily have the speed to do the intercept, they will have the Delta V to chase no matter what. Like, the problem is right now when the alien fleets are like, oh, we're going to go attack the station, I can't go and set a course to the alien fleet because we don't have enough Delta V. And then we get the weird thing, because there's not actual orbital mechanics, we can set course to the station, but it never works out. The 400 Delta V torpedo monitors will still not be able to stop the ship from reaching a space station, but will be able to initiate pursuit right away and will eventually catch the target ship. Okay, I've convinced myself this is the way to go for now. Yeah. This is the way to go, and then maybe we just invest in the dreadnoughts, and then we use that to go out into the solar system. And I know that I'm slow to go out to Jupiter, and I'm not sure that that's the right way to play. And we're gonna have to do, next time we play, we'll do an explicit, like, Jovian rush, because the problem is if you don't do the rush, then and the aliens get established there, then if you send anything out, they just blow it up on the way. So you end up having to delay more and more and more to get a mass, like, well, a critical mass to go and do that. All right, I do like that. And then with ship construction, well, I guess we'll finish these other guys because there's no reason not to. I'm probably gonna have to go and prune this list a little bit, but yeah, I think then the idea will indeed be these guys here. How do they compare cost-wise? A lot more water, less this, more metal. Yeah, I mean, they are what they are. And then when we get Merc Amazon Prime, we're just gonna start spamming out tons of those. I do wonder if I want a second shipyard. You know, once we get the tier 3 stuff, the ring things, we're gonna have a lot more room to play with, plus the tier 3 shipyards, which build faster. So I don't think I'll build them now. We'll see. All right, folks, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.